now get into the comparison. When to use which one and what is the use case there? That is there. Now for the data volume, the data box is ideally suited for something which is larger than 100 terabytes and even the import-export service, because if you have low network speed, then this is ideally kicks in. But if you have good internet bandwidth and you can transfer like say around data in terabytes over the internet, then you're better off just doing it over the internet. And of course, do work with your networking team to ensure that your data transfer is not clogging the other applications network. Data Factory. The reason I put it for data from low to high volume, because this could be batch or streaming option where you could transfer data real time, which is streaming, and batches like it to be done based upon a need basis. That is when you will need to consider the Data Factory option. File sync, as I said, it is for centralized file synchronization, and it is for low to high volume again, where you want to have it centralized. For high level, more than like 100 terabytes, you may want to look into other options that are there. And also like Azure Blob Storage Transfer, which is AZ copy, as well as also there are other options that is like SDK and APIs. You can do large volumes of transfer, but again, this you'll have to write a script, or you'll have to have reusable transfers to ensure that you don't keep running into, like say there's a disconnection happens. You don't need to again do it, start from scratch. Which you need to do reusable transfers. The transfer speed, again, data box is offline. It'll come in a suitcase. So there's no transfer speed applicable here. Data Factory is going to be based upon network usage, where you're going to be transferring the data over the network. So the network speed is going to determine the rate of transfer and the rate of processing. Likewise, file sync as well is going to be network based. What is your data transfer synchronization that happens? And likewise, AZ copy as well. It happens over the internet. What is the use case for data transfer comparison? Essentially, it's a massive one-time data migration where you want to move the data from you're migrating a data center to Azure. You're better off using, and your organization has a lot of, like say, more than 30 terabyte of data. You're better off using the data box or import-export job. For Data Factory, it is mainly for ETL, ELT pipelines that you want to continuously move the data from on-prem to Azure based upon certain requirements. Or it doesn't need to be even on-prem to Azure. It could be just from Azure to Azure. You want to move the data and you need to have the different thing, or it could be from Azure to AWS or vice versa. That is when you will use a ETL pipeline. In this case, it is Data Factory. Now, file synchronization, it's used for syncing file across global offices to a centralized location. Right. So I don't think it gets any explanatory than that. And AZ copy it is. You optimize the transfer to or from Azure Blob Storage. Now, security, each one is very secure. I don't think there's any issue with security. But the only thing is, data box, it is a physical shipment. You will ship your data. Somebody's going to take your data, and they'll be importing the data to Azure. That is the only difference. While the other ones that transferred over the internet, you will, of course, have a VPN over the internet, and it'll have full security. There will not be any issues in that. Cost. It's going to be, data box is going to be high upfront cost compared to sending over the internet. And there's a device rental cost as well, as I showed you. So do keep in mind when you are considering this service, it's not only that data will be take a long time, like 7 to 10 days, that there's going to be high cost as well. Data Factory, it is pay as you go model. And again, it's based upon the internet data transfer speed is not charged because you just pay for the one time to the internet provider. And then you have the based upon the data load that you keep processing out here. And a lot of like services that are there, they also use express route to transfer the data instead of over the internet. So that should really help improve your network transfer speed. What is file sync? Again, it is over the internet, so there's no changes. And AZ copy, again, it is over the internet. And there is the data import cost. There is no other cost that is associated. Now, integration or data box, there's no integration, it's just a physical appliance that don't. So while Data Factory, there is a lot of integration with different services that are there. It has a lot of adapters with different databases. And even for the other legacy applications, you also have the luxury of writing code. So you won't have any issues with integration with Data Factory. Likewise, file sync, this is especially for Windows Server. So this is, again, you need to consider mind if you have Windows Server, you want to have a centralized location, file sync is a good option for you. AZ copy, it's again, right, there's a lot of integration options, what those storage accounts it integrates with. One of them is Blob. It could have multiple options, depends on the script that you want to write. Again, since you're writing code, you'll have a lot more flexibility in what you can do. The scalability, it's again, like what amount of data you want to transfer, whether you want to have one data box or you want to have multiple. That is where I put it. It's fixed by device capacity. And Data Factory, it's going to be highly scalable because it's for ETL pipeline, which are known to be for multiple scalability options out there. And likewise, file sync as well. It's right based upon for the Windows disks that you want to transfer the data. It's very much scalable. And easy copy, again, it's a CLI option. So it could be based upon the code. It'll be very highly scalable. What is the management complexity? I put in for DataBox it is medium to high because again, you'll have to work with support. You'll have to coordinate see what is the logistics for moving the data, as well as consider the cost part. That is what you'll have to look into. Well, Data Factory, it is medium, right? Because again, it's not your issues of shipping the data. It is based on the code that you write. And likewise, File Sync is very seamless service. There is going to be no issues, which is why I put it medium. Also, easy copy I just put low to medium because again, it's going to be code and sending data over the internet. So I hope this provides a good overview on which Azure service you could use to transfer the data. And you're able to make the right decision and know of the multiple options, especially in Azure, that you can use to transfer the data. So please subscribe this channel and drop in your comment on what other videos you want to see next. And if anything, as part of this slide that you